48 teams, one trophy, and the most unpredictable World Cup in history is about to begin. For the first time ever, the tournament has expanded. More nations, more stories, more chaos. 4 countries are appearing at a World Cup for the very first time. The defending champions are here. The most expensive squad ever assembled is here. And somewhere in this list of 48 teams, the next world champion is waiting. Today, we are ranking every single team at the 2026 World Cup, from the sides that have almost no chance of making it past the group stage, all the way up to the one nation most likely to lift the trophy on July 19th. This is world football lore. Let's get into it. The debutants, teams making their first ever World Cup appearance. Before we get to the rankings, let's acknowledge the 4 nations stepping onto the World Cup stage for the very first time in history. Jordan. From Group J, Jordan has never appeared at a World Cup before. They qualified through the Asian Confederation and will face arguably the toughest group imaginable, sharing it with Argentina, one of the favorites to win the entire tournament. Their chances of advancing are slim, but history is being made just by being here. Uzbekistan, Central Asia's newest World Cup nation, joins the party in Group K alongside Portugal and Colombia. Uzbekistan has been one of Asian football's most improved nations over the last decade, built largely around players from the domestic league and a few European-based stars. Don't expect a deep run, but don't expect them to be a pushover either. Curaçao. The island nation right next to Aruba is making its World Cup debut in Group E. They face Germany, Ivory Coast, and Ecuador. The Dutch Caribbean island has a population of just 150,000 people, making them one of the smallest nations in World Cup history. Their qualification was a historic moment for the entire Caribbean region. Cape Verde. The Atlantic island nation joins Group H alongside Spain, Uruguay, and Saudi Arabia. Cape Verde has been one of African football's most fascinating stories over the last decade, consistently punching above their weight in continental competition. Making the World Cup is the culmination of years of development. The long shots, ranked 48 down to 33. These are the teams that, realistically, are unlikely to make it past the group stage, but every one of them has a story worth telling. Number 48. South Africa. Opening the entire tournament against Mexico at the Estadio Azteca on June 11th. A massive occasion, a hostile crowd, and one of the continent's most difficult opponents awaiting them. South Africa's presence at this World Cup is notable. It has been 16 years since they hosted the tournament in 2010. Getting out of this group would be a genuine miracle. Number 47. Haiti. Group C sees Haiti face Brazil, Morocco, and Scotland. Haiti's football infrastructure has faced enormous challenges off the pitch, yet they qualified. That alone is a story. Advancing would be one of the greatest upsets in World Cup history. Number 46. Jordan. The debut nation faces Argentina in Group J. History is the reward here, not necessarily results. Number 45. Uzbekistan. Their Group K assignment against Portugal and Colombia makes advancement very difficult, but they arrive with genuine quality in their squad and the spirit of a nation experiencing its proudest sporting moment. Number 44. Panama. Central America's representatives in Group L face England, Croatia, and Ghana. Panama has been to one previous World Cup in 2018, where they lost all 3 games but won the hearts of the football world. Expect similar spirit, similar commitment, and another difficult group stage exit. Number 43. Curaçao. Germany in the group stage. That is the challenge facing the Caribbean debutants. Every moment they are on that pitch is historic. Every goal they score will be celebrated across the Dutch Caribbean islands for generations. Number 42. Cape Verde. Spain will be a massive challenge, but Cape Verde has upset larger African nations before. In a group where points are available against Saudi Arabia, there is a narrow path to advancement. Number 41, Dr. Congo. Back at the World Cup for the first time since 1974, over 50 years, Dr. Congo, one of Africa's most populous nations, finally returns to football's biggest stage in Group K. They have genuine attacking talent, but face Portugal and Colombia. Number 40, New Zealand. The Oceania representatives in Group G face Belgium, Egypt and Iran. New Zealand has appeared at 3 World Cups, never winning a game until they famously drew twice in 2010. Their football culture is growing, but the gap to the top nations remains significant. Number 39, Iraq. Group I, alongside France, Senegal and Norway. Iraq has appeared at 1 previous World Cup in 1986 and is making a long-awaited return. Facing France makes advancement almost impossible, but the Asia Confederation continues to grow in quality. Number 38, Qatar. The 2022 hosts return to the tournament in Group B alongside Canada, Bosnia-Herzegovina and Switzerland. Qatar's national team has improved significantly since hosting the last World Cup, but they remain one of the weaker sides in the competition. They did win the 2019 AFC Asian Cup, which should not be ignored. Number 37, Saudi Arabia. Group H with Spain is a nightmare draw, but Saudi Arabia carry the memory of one of the greatest upsets in World Cup history, their 2022 victory over Argentina. Expect a team that defends deep, absorbs pressure, and looks to steal goals on the counter. Number 36, Ecuador. Group E with Germany and Ivory Coast. Ecuador has been a consistent South American qualifier, and they boast genuine quality in striker Enner Valencia, their all-time leading scorer. They have reached the round of 16 before and could do so again if results fall their way. Number 35, Ghana. Group L with England, Croatia and Panama. Ghana's Black Stars have a proud World Cup history, reaching the quarter-finals in 2010 and creating one of the tournament's most dramatic moments. Their current squad is less experienced, but African football continues to close the gap on the traditional powers. Number 34, Tunisia. Group F alongside the Netherlands, Japan and Sweden. Tunisia is Africa's most consistent World Cup qualifier. They have never advanced past the group stage in 7 appearances, but they have come close. A talented, well-organized side that will make life very difficult for every opponent. Number 33, Bosnia-Herzegovina. Making their return to the World Cup in Group B, Bosnia has genuine quality. Their golden generation of the 2010s, led by Edin Dzeko, announced them to the world. Their current squad may not reach those heights, but they are no easy game for anyone. The mid-table nations ranked 32 down to 17. These are the teams capable of causing upsets, reaching the knockout rounds and, on their best day, going very deep into the tournament. Number 32, Scotland, Group C with Brazil and Morocco. Scotland's return to the World Cup after decades of absence has been celebrated passionately. The Scottish Premier League has produced some fine players, and their manager has built a resilient, hard-working side. They will need every ounce of that resilience against Brazil. Number 31, Iran, Group G with Belgium, Egypt and New Zealand. Iran is Asia's most successful World Cup nation, appearing regularly since the 1990s. They defend well, are difficult to break down, and will fancy their chances of advancing from what looks like a relatively open group. Number 30, Egypt, Group G, Mohamed Salah. That name alone makes Egypt a team every opponent fears. Salah is arguably the best African player in history, and at this World Cup, he may finally get to shine on the biggest stage. If Egypt can build a team around him, the round of 16 is very achievable. Number 29. Czechia, Group A with Mexico, South Korea and South Africa. Czech football has a proud history. They reached the 2004 European Championship final and have produced some of Europe's finest players. Their current squad is experienced and difficult to beat. Advancing from this group is absolutely achievable. Number 28. Australia, Group D with the United States, Paraguay and Turkey. The Socceroos reached the semi-finals in 2006 and the round of 16 in 2022. They are a nation that consistently overachieves at World Cups, driven by the never-say-die attitude that has come to define Australian football. Number 27. Paraguay, Group D. Paraguay may be the most underrated team in this entire tournament. They are defensively exceptional, tactically disciplined, and have a history of reaching World Cup knockout stages. In 2010, they reached the quarter-finals. Do not sleep on Paraguay. Number 26. Sweden, Group F with the Netherlands, Japan and Tunisia. Sweden without Zlatan Ibrahimovic is a different side, but they remain one of Europe's most organized nations. Zlatan retired, but the squad he leaves behind has genuine quality, including Alexander Isak at striker. Number 25. Japan, Group F. Japan have been one of the most exciting stories in international football over the last decade. In 2022, they defeated Germany and Spain in the group stage. They combine incredible work rate with technically gifted players plying their trade in Europe's top leagues. Never underestimate Japan.
Number 24. Morocco, Group C with Brazil and Scotland. Morocco made history at the 2022 World Cup, becoming the first African nation to reach the semi-finals. That squad is largely still together. They are well-drilled, physically imposing, defensively brilliant, and capable of causing any team problems on their day. Number 23. Turkey, Group D with the United States. Turkey's golden generation produced a third-place finish at the 2002 World Cup. Their current generation, led by Real Madrid's Arda Güler, arguably the most technically gifted young player in world football, could be the most exciting Turkish team since those legendary days. Watch out for Turkey. Number 22. Senegal, Group 1 with France and Norway. Senegal are African champions. They won the 2021 Africa Cup of Nations, and their squad is packed with Premier League and Champions League talent. Sadio Mane may be past his peak, but the squad around him is arguably better than it has ever been. Reaching the knockout rounds is the minimum expectation. Number 21. Colombia, Group K. Colombia's golden generation may be aging, but James Rodriguez and Luis Diaz still have magic in their boots. Colombia was one of the best teams in South American qualifying. They are genuine quarter-final contenders and should not be underestimated. Number 20. Croatia, Group L with England. Croatia's story is one of the most remarkable in football history, a nation of 4 million people consistently producing world-class footballers. They finished second in 2018 and third in 2022. Luka Modric plays on at 40 years old, the heartbeat of a team that simply refuses to age. This could be his last World Cup. Expect magic. Number 19. Belgium, Group G. Belgium's golden generation, De Bruyne, Courtois, Lukaku, is fading but has not yet faded. They finished third in 2018, were considered favourites in 2022, and came away with nothing. This may truly be the last chance for this remarkable generation to win something. Their motivation will be extraordinary. Never write off Belgium. Number 18. Uruguay, Group H with Spain. Uruguay are two-time world champions, 1930 and 1950. They are one of the sport's most historic nations. Darwin Núñez leads a forward line with genuine pace and power, and their defensive solidity is legendary. Reaching the quarter-finals is well within their capabilities. Number 17. Norway, Group 1 with France and Senegal. Erling Haaland, the most prolific striker in the world, finally at a World Cup. Norway qualified for this tournament on the back of Haaland's extraordinary goal-scoring, and the world will be watching to see if the Manchester City striker can translate his club form to the international stage. Norway are a genuine dark horse.
Commanding the contenders, ranked 16 down to 7. Number 16, Netherlands, Group F. The Dutch have 3 World Cup final appearances and 0 titles, the most heartbreaking record in football history. Their current generation, built around Virgil van Dijk and Cody Gakpo, is one of the most dangerous in Europe. They reached the quarter-finals in 2022. A deep run in 2026 feels inevitable. Number 15, Mexico, Group A, opening the entire tournament at the Estadio Azteca in front of a home crowd of over 87,000 people. Mexico have the weight of a nation on their shoulders and the curse of the round of 16, having been knocked out at that stage in 7 consecutive tournaments, hanging over them. This home World Cup feels like destiny. Either they finally break the curse, or the heartbreak will be immense. Number 14, United States, Group D. The United States are hosting the majority of the tournament, and the American soccer landscape has transformed completely over the last decade. Christian Pulisic is a genuine world-class talent. They have home advantage, a passionate fan base, and a chip on their shoulder from being eliminated by the Netherlands in the round of 16 in 2022. Expect a deep run. Number 13, Canada, Group B. Canada's first World Cup in 1986 ended with 3 losses and 0 goals. Their return in 2026 as co-hosts could not be more different. Alphonso Davies is one of the most electrifying players in world football. Jonathan David is one of Europe's most prolific strikers. Canada have genuine knockout stage quality. Number 12, Austria, Group J. Austria is one of the most underrated teams in this tournament. Their Bundesliga-based core, built around Marcel Sabitzer and Christoph Baumgartner, has been one of Europe's most improved national teams. They will share a group with Argentina and could cause genuine problems. Number 11, Switzerland, Group B. Switzerland are the ultimate overachievers. They have reached the quarter-finals in 2022, the round of 16 multiple times, and they do it by being superbly organized, technically excellent, and mentally unbreakable. Granit Xhaka pulls the strings in midfield. Never underestimate Switzerland. Number 10, Germany, Group E. Germany are 4-time world champions and one of the most iconic football nations in history. Their last 2 World Cups have been catastrophic, group stage exits in 2018 and 2022. The humiliation has driven a complete rebuild. Their new generation, built around Florian Wirtz and Jamal Musiala, 2 of the most technically gifted players in the world, is hungry, young, and desperate to restore German football's pride. Dark horse status is too modest. Germany are a genuine contender. Number 9, Portugal, Group K, Cristiano Ronaldo's last World Cup. The greatest debate in football history, Ronaldo versus Messi, reaches its conclusion here, as one of them will either win the World Cup or retire without one. Portugal's squad is arguably the deepest it has ever been. Bruno Fernandes, Rafael Leao, Vitinha, Goncalo Ramos,
and a 41-year-old Ronaldo leading the line one last time. Reaching the quarterfinals is the floor. The final is not impossible. Number 8. Argentina, Group J, the defending champions. Lionel Messi finally got his World Cup in 2022, one of the most emotional moments in sporting history. Now he returns, older, perhaps slower, but with the hunger of a man who knows this is his last dance. Argentina are organized, experienced, and battle-hardened. Never count out the defending champions. Number 7. Brazil, Group C. Brazil have not won a World Cup since 2002. For the nation that gave us the beautiful game, that is an agonizing weight. Their squad is extraordinary. Vinicius Jr., Rodrigo, Rafinha, Endrick, young, explosive, breathtakingly talented. The expectation, as always, is enormous. But this generation looks different. This generation looks ready.
The top 6, the real title favorites. Number 6, Italy. Wait, Italy are not at this World Cup. The Azzurri, four-time world champions, failed to qualify for the second consecutive time. It is one of the greatest shocks in football history, an absence that changes the entire landscape of the tournament. Let that sink in. No Italy. And so, moving the Netherlands into the top 6, their quality demands it. Number 5, Portugal. Already mentioned but worth reiterating, this is Ronaldo's last dance, and Portugal have never been better placed to go all the way. Number 4, England. Group L. England have not won a World Cup since 1966. 60 years of hurt. Their squad is arguably the most talented England has ever assembled. Jude Bellingham, Phil Foden, Bukayo Saka, Harry Kane leading the line. They reached the final of the last European Championship. The pieces are in place. The question is whether they can finally deliver on the biggest stage. Number 3, Brazil. Vinicius Jr. at the peak of his powers. A squad built for this moment. The 5-time champions want number 6 desperately. Number 2, France. Group I. France have arguably the best squad in the entire tournament. Kylian Mbappé leads an attack that also includes Michael Olise, Ousmane Dembele and Desire Doué, 4 players who could walk into any team in the world. Their midfield is world-class. Their defense is solid. France won in 2018, reached the final in 2022, and now arrive as one of the 2 clear favorites to go all the way. Number 1, Spain. Group H. And here we are, Spain, the number 1 ranked team in the world, reigning European champions and the overwhelming favorites to win the 2026 World Cup. Their squad is built around the most exciting young talent in world football. Lamine Yamal, who turned 18 years old the day before scoring the goal that won Euro 2024, is perhaps the most gifted teenager to ever play the game. Pedri, Gavi, Rodri in midfield, the most technically dominant unit in international football, Alvaro Morata leading the line, and the system under manager Luis de la Fuente that has been tested against the very best and found to be unbreakable. Spain are the favorites. Spain deserve to be the favorites, but football, as we all know, does not care about favorites. That is what makes the next 40 days the most exciting sporting event on the planet. So there you have it. All 48 teams at the 2026 World Cup, ranked from the historic debutants to the overwhelming favorites. But here is the thing about the World Cup. In 1950, nobody predicted Uruguay would beat Brazil in the final. In 2002, nobody predicted South Korea would reach the semifinals. In 2022, nobody predicted Morocco would go all the way to the last 4. Every 4 years, this tournament reminds us why football is the greatest sport in the world. Because anything can happen. Any team, any player, any moment can change history forever. The 2026 World Cup begins on June 11th, and we will be here on World Football Lore, covering every story, every upset, every piece of lore this tournament creates. If you are new here, welcome. Subscribe and turn on notifications because the next 40 days are going to be extraordinary. This is World Football Lore. See you at the World Cup.